Thursday night, Fall Cup on the Sunday. What does Danny Rophl need to try and get out of these games? Because it looks as if Europe's a busted flush already for Rangers, isn't it?
I think if qualifying for the next round seems a million miles away. If they're going to have any chance of doing that, they need a win. A win at home is an absolute must. But whether they can do that, I'm not so sure. To say Braga, they're one of the contenders to qualify. I think they're sitting 5th in the table this now, whereas Rangers are rock bottom, 36 out of 36.
Yeah.
I think where Europe is concerned, I think there's absolutely no doubt it's a distraction right now that they could do without. Right now the be all and end all for Rangers has to be, trying somehow to claw themselves back into a title race. And Swanee's right, it can only be done a game at a time. I think the big concern, just with the way that European results have been going, obviously they've had, I think it's 7 defeats in a row now, which is a club record. It's that ability, that potential to sap confidence away just when it's it's fragile and it's still returning. It's
there's collateral damage here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you saw a few years ago in the Champions League when they went in there under Gio Van Bronckhorst, just how damaging the European pastings, the 6 straight defeats in the Champions League
was his job, didn't it?
Yeah, but it bled into their domestic campaign.
Yeah.
They just robbed them of all any semblance of confidence or belief in themselves, and you saw them just that, as you say, it ended up costing Van Bronckhorst his job. So I think that would be the concern for Danny Rophl. If they go and just when they think they've turned a corner domestically, they've got 4 in a row. Do they then go and take a sole run against Braga, or maybe early next month we go to Budapest to play Ferencváros? They take a sore one there, and does that again just set them back a couple of steps? So, and then, as you say, it's one of you saying, of course, well, the potential for injuries and just taking a toll on the players' the legs when you all know how onerous and how taxing the December festive run can be. And there's no let up as well. Obviously, there's no winter break. You're right through into January, into March almost before you get the international break, before you really get any sort of time off. So,
and by the way, as you pointed out, they're now operating with a central defensive duo of Fernandes and Giga, and good luck with that over the next few weeks.
I mean, the big man in Fernandes. I mean, he's undoubtedly going to be a threat. Set pieces. How could you not be when you're 7'11" or whatever it is? But I mean, he's raw. And again, this is another one of these players that Rangers fans will point to and go, "You spent how much money on him? £2.5 million on a boy who, there's just so many rough edges to him. Yeah, he'll win everything in there, but it's on the deck where." Certainly judging by the boy who sits behind the press box where we are the Ibrox in the main stand, has absolute kittens every time he tries to play a ball into midfield. Or he tried a Cruyff turn at one point, and I thought the boy behind me was going to have a heart attack. So I mean, where Rangers are now is they're having to reheat, dig out for cold storage guys that have already been pretty much written off as not good enough. You're talking about Danilo coming back into the team, starting up front. That's a guy that just looked out of it at the start of the season. He was barely playing. Even last year, barely got a game when Barry Ferguson came in. Just most fans had said, well, they need to upgrade him, but now he's the starting centre forward. Bayrami comes on for the last 20 minutes, does quite well, just because he runs about a bit. I think he just showed a bit of application, appetite for it, and he get the sort of big licks from Danny Rophl after the game. And they were just about to bring on Clement and Ciala. Midway through the second half, they actually came on in the end. I think it was a clash of heads with Fernandes, so I think he didn't come on after at the end. But I mean, that's a guy again who was in the bomb squad. Was Russell Martin told him, find yourself a new club. So this is where they're at. They're down to the bare bones, and they're having to go back to guys that they've already decided aren't up to scratch. So as I said, January still looks an awful long way away for the Rangers supporters.